the grace of God, I ended up being best friends with my dad many years down the road. And he's passed away now, but I would tell you, as a father of 3 sons now, and having coached many sons, because that's how I look at these players over the years. I've spent 30 years with 18 to 22-year-olds, and I've got 2 of them now. I've got a 20-year-old, a 19-year-old, and a 15-year-old. The number one thing I would say to you fathers is you got to be connected to our Father in heaven. As a father, all right, in order for you to be the type of father that God has created you to be, you have to be connected as the man to the Father in heaven. And you can't go a day without him. Not a day. It's like fish without water. You cannot go a day. That is your source to be an all-pro dad, to be connected. In Matthew it says, love the Lord with all your heart, all your soul, and all your mind. If you can, that's the first commandment. If you can get that first commandment right, then you're going to be okay when it comes to being the leader of your household, the leader and example to your children. So that's the first thing I would say. The second thing I would say to you dads is you honor God by how you live your life. That's what we're called to do. We're not called to do this. You're called to honor God by how you live your life. Whatever it is you do it in a way that honors God. It's how you go to work. It's how you respond to problems. It's how you talk. It's how you walk. It's how you dress. Whatever. All right? Whatever it is you do, honor God with it. And if you do that, I promise you, those children are paying attention. And you're setting that example that they need. You're modeling that example. The next thing I wrote down, and this is probably the most critical when it comes to that personal relationship with your children, is you've got to spend quality time with your family, with your wife, with your kids. Now, here's the deal. I said quality time. All right? Kids spell, they spell love T-I-M-E. That's how kids spell love. T-I-M-E. All right, and so I struggled with this, especially in my profession, and listen, we all get so busy, especially as maybe the leader of your household and all of your responsibilities, and you get so busy. And in fact, in 06 and 07, it was 06 or 07, I was going to get out of coaching. I was down in Florida one day, and I'm calling home, and I'm talking to my wife, and my oldest was probably, I don't know, 8 or 9 at the time, and they're playing t-ball, and I'm missing. I'm gone for like 4 weeks. I'm on the road, I'm traveling, I'm recruiting, I'm spending time with everybody else's kids, and my kids are at home, and I felt like I was missing out. You know, FOMO, as they say, right? Fear of missing out. I had it big time. And I remember telling my wife, I said, you know what, I can't do this. I'm going to get out of coaching. I can do something else. I can't do it. And I had my speech already, and I came home that weekend, and I had my boys lined up across the bed, their feet just kind of hanging over the edge of the bed, and I talked to Kath, was on board. She understood my heart, and I sat down and I talked to my kids, and I said, I want y'all to know Daddy's going to get out of coaching, and I'm going to do something different, because I want to be there with you on the weekends, and I'm gone too much, and I'm only going to get one chance to be a dad, and I'm telling them all these reasons. And then what happened is God taught me a valuable lesson. He used my little boys to convict me on what He's called me to do. And through my boys' mouths, they looking at me like I had 3 eyeballs. And they said, but Dad, if you don't coach, we won't get to know the players. we don't get to go ride the team bus, and we don't get to go to practice. And Daddy, Mama videos everything anyway. And I was like, yeah, but she's a terrible videoer. I left that out. And all of a sudden, God was convicting me. My kids value the quality of time that we have. See, there's a lot of men that have a big quantity of time, but you don't spend it with your kids. So the challenge that I would say to you dads, because listen, it's okay to be passionate about what you do, right? But when you have that time, spend that quality time with your family. And somebody just the other day asked me what I like to do. I said, well, I like to spend time with family. You know? When you have time, spend that quality of time. It's not the quantity that they're going to remember. It's the quality. Okay, so I want to just leave you with that. And they spell love, T-I-M-E. And the last two things I would say to y'all, as a father, introduce your family, introduce your kids to Jesus. You want to be an all-pro dad? You want to help them have a good foundation in their life? Introduce your kids, introduce your family to Jesus, and provide that Christian example in your home. It's the greatest gift you can give your children. The inheritance that you're working so hard to leave your kids, that's not the greatest gift. The new car that you might get them, or that Xbox, or them Jordans, or whatever. The greatest gift you can give your children is to introduce them to Jesus. And let them see you read the Word. Let them hear you pray. Take them to church. Sit down and have a family meal with them. Let them see you love on your wife and be kind to your wife. Let them see you do random acts of kindness. That's how you provide the right example and the leadership in your home. That will be the greatest gift that you can give. And I can tell you, that scoreboard right there is really big, and they're getting ready to make it bigger. Inside news there, they're going to make it bigger. So they keep up with the score, and somebody keeps up with how many wins I have and how many this and that. Let me just make sure y'all understand. The greatest victory I will ever have, ever in my life, was seeing my 3 sons accept Christ as their Savior and be saved. All right, that's the greatest victory I'll ever have. Nothing will ever compare to that. All right, to know that one day I'll have the opportunity to see my kids again. All right, through the hope that comes from knowing Christ. And the last thing I'm going to tell you, fathers, all right, is to be a giver and to serve others. Let your kids see you be a giver of your finances, a giver of your, maybe you don't have a lot of finances, so a giver of your time, a giver of your talents. Let your kids see you as a giver, all right, and serve others. That is so critical that you model that for your kids. And I could go on and on and on and on and on and on and on. All right? But those were things right there that I felt like with an opportunity to talk to a bunch of dads. All right? That's what I believe. That's what I believe. And I don't have any doubt if you apply those things to your household, to your relationships with your children, you'll be an all-world dad. All right? No doubt about it. So thank you for coming out today. Thank you for participating. Thank you to AllPro Dad for